Hi, Rosie. Meow.
Hi friends, it's Victoria, and this is the beginning of a week-long reading vlog. We are attempting, I know I don't vlog very often, as Evelyn can attest to, but I decided this is the last week of Nonfiction November, and I also have the whole week off of work, so why not vlog the experience? It is Thanksgiving week here in the US, and today is Monday, the 25th or 26th. I don't even know what day it is, because that's how vacation goes when you're a teacher. You just forget what day it is and you forget your purpose in life. But I decided I would kind of bring you along with my vacation journey and let you know what I'm reading. So let's actually get to business with that. Let me show you what I am reading and what I am planning on reading, my sort of ambitious plans. We will see how it goes, but I think we can do it. We'll see. So these are the books that I'm planning on reading this week. Apparently they smell good because Rosie was trying to smell them, but okay, kitty. You do you. But I'm in the middle of Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand, and I've actually been doing this on audiobook, so I'm probably exactly halfway through this according to my audiobook. If you've never read Unbroken, it is an amazing story. It's really difficult to listen to, especially in the part right now. It's about Louis Zamperini, and Louis Zamperini was an Olympic runner, and at a pretty young age he was drafted for World War II to be in the Navy or Air Force. I should know this, but anyways, he becomes involved in World War II in fighting, and his plane goes down. He's shipwrecked in the middle of the ocean, survives that, but then becomes a prisoner of war in a Japanese camp. He gets captured by the Japanese. So I'm at the part where he's in the middle of that, and there's just a lot of brutality and war brutality against the prisoners of war, and so it's a lot of hard stuff to read about. It's really depressing. But the audiobook version of this is excellent. I have to say the narrator is very good, and I've been enjoying listening to this overall. Usually with nonfiction, it takes me a long time to get through it, but the audiobook has really helped me to get through it pretty quickly, and also it's helped keep my attention. So maybe audiobooks are the way to go with me for nonfiction. But I can't say I'm in the middle of it because I only read one chapter, but I read the first chapter of Star-Spangled Banner, The Unlikely Story of America's National Anthem by Marc Ferris, and this is full of interesting tidbits about American history and music, specifically the Star-Spangled Banner. They actually talk about other songs too, and other ways music was important to the nationalism of America. But it's got a lot of interesting information. I'd be curious to know if anybody's seen this book or read it. I'm assuming it's mostly accurate, but yeah, there's my really awesome bookmark that I like a lot. My friend is an artist, and she actually made this painting, and yeah, she's really cool. But yeah, it's this one's harder to get through because it's dry. It's a little more dry of a reading experience. I'm not used to reading history, and I've never really loved reading history, and this reads a lot like a history textbook, to be honest. So we're plugging through that one. I'm hoping to make some progress on this, hopefully today and the next couple of days. But so listening to that, reading that with my eyes. This one I haven't started yet, but I really do want to squeeze this in. It's really short. I honestly could probably read it in like a day or so. But it's about Madeleine L'Engle, who is a author of children's literature, primarily also young adult literature, and it's a biography in the style of a middle grade book, which is interesting. I've never read a middle grade biography before. It's by her granddaughters, Charlotte Jones Voiklis and Lena Roy. I probably said that last name wrong, but I have been reading The Wrinkle in Time and the subsequent books that follow it, and so I've been plugging through, and they're really interesting, and I don't know a lot about Madeleine L'Engle's life, and so I'm hoping to squeeze this one in this week too. I think I can do it. Between having the audiobook, that's really going to save me here. I'm a pretty slow reader, so I don't usually make myself try to read 3 books in 1 week. It's usually just too much for me, but I think we can do it. It's more like 2 books in 1 week and then listening to this one. So those are my Nonfiction November reading plans, and then I will have completed my Nonfiction November TBR. So we're going to do our best. So this morning, I'm going to try to tackle some errands and things, actually, that I need to get done. Pay some bills, fun adult things like that before I get down to reading. And then I'm also going to meet my husband for lunch around 12. I'm going to meet him at his workplace and have lunch with him. The only other thing I have to do today is I have to teach a flute lesson at 5:30. And after that, I hope to go to the gym and try to be a healthy person, attempt to be a healthy person. So yeah, in between, we should be able to get some reading done. I think I'm going to play my audiobook while I do some of my adult errand type things that I need to do. And the dogs are just living their best life right now because they're so excited that I am home and hanging out with them all day. Huh? You just living your best life? Yes. This is our best life. It's just sleeping. Hi guys. So, thanks Dusty for that. I finished Unbroken. I was not prepared for what this book was going to do to me. It's much later in the evening, if you couldn't tell by the lighting, but I went to lunch with my husband today, and then I came home and did a lot of just errands around the house and things, but had my audiobook going, and then I sat down with it because I try not to listen to audiobooks when I could be reading a physical book, but I literally could not stop listening to the audiobook. And then for the last chapter, I picked up the book and then read along with it. So yeah, I binge read this today. Oh man, I was not prepared for what this book was going to do to me. This is probably, if not the best book I have read this year, definitely one of the most impactful books and most moving stories I have ever read, and I'm really thankful that I read it. What an incredible story! What a heartbreakingly tragic story. I mean, it's World War II. Okay, so I already knew how many horrendous things happened in World War II, but to follow Louis Zamperini and his story was, I can't even talk about it. It was incredible. Okay, you need to read this book if you have not read this book. Man, one of the best books that I have read all year. I think what I come away from with this book mostly too is the human capacity for forgiveness. Louis Zamperini has just an amazing story, and there was a point in his life when he could have gone a very different way, and he didn't. And he forgave his enemies, and he forgave the people that did him so wrong, and God got a hold of his life, and it's just, oh my gosh, this is an amazing book. I can't anymore. I can't talk about it. I'm going to start crying. I started crying through many of the chapters of this book. But while I was listening to the audiobook on a happier note, I busted out my coloring book, which I haven't busted out in a long time, but I'll kind of show you what I worked on a little bit. Turn you around here. So I have this Enchanted Forest coloring book, and it's by Joanna Basford. You may have seen her around before. She's done a lot of coloring books, and I have her forest one, but I've I've had it for so many years, like several years in a row. Like I've had this for like 4 years, and I've barely even used it, but I've done some things out of it. Let's kind of flip through, you can see. But today I finished 2.5 pages. So today, what did I do? No, not that one. Although I'm really proud of that one. I like that one a lot. I think it's so pretty. I finished this one. I'm sad I got a little smudge on the paper there. I finished the treasure box while I was listening to my audiobook. And I finished the squirrel, but I use these gel pens for it. And you can see there's like, I'm left-handed, so that's part of the problem. But left-handed people, we tend to drag our hand across the page when we write because we push on a page instead of, so I'll do it with my left hand. We push on the page instead of pull on the page. And so that's why left-handed people get ink on their hands all the time. I don't know if you can see that, but I smudged it really badly right here, and I'm so sad about that. But other than that, my squirrel turned out okay. It got some smudges on it. So then with this one, I just decided I was going to forego the gel pens, which were smudging really badly. And for this one, I'm just using markers. So, yeah, I'm not done with it, obviously. Almost done with it, though. But, yeah, I really like these coloring books. I will definitely have to get more from her. Once obviously, oh my gosh, that's going to take me for freaking ever. A lot of these are going to take forever, but yeah, I have a lot to do, as you can see. So I thought I was going to teach a student today, but their car started having trouble, and so they were not able to make it. So I'm going to see them tomorrow instead, but that's fine. I think I'll probably go to the gym now and then probably come home, wait for my husband to get home, make dinner. I don't know. It's weird having a day off by yourself and like the rest of the world doesn't have a day off other than like teachers and school children on this Monday of Thanksgiving break. So like, I don't know what to do with myself alone in my house all day. Tomorrow I need to make plans to like get out of the house a little bit more because it's been really beautiful out, and Wednesday it's gonna rain all day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're gonna have a rainy holiday here, which is very much needed in Southern California. But it means tomorrow is my last day of like sunshine and happiness. And so I'll have to get out of the house more tomorrow. Today I just like holed up and just I could not put this down. I'm really glad though I got one of my Nonfiction November books done, and it was so worth it. This was so good. This was so good. I want to reread it like right now. Is that weird? Oh, that's how you know it's a good book. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 26th, I think. And today is the last day we will have good weather around here. So I figured today I will actually be kind of out and about, and I have a lot of errands to take care of, including like errands for Thanksgiving and getting some food to make and fun things like that. And so I'm going to be a little more out and about today than I was yesterday. Yesterday I didn't go anywhere practically, but I thought I would, I almost sat on my dog. I thought I would update you on how the reading's going. So last night I did finish Unbroken. It was fantastic. I literally, I don't know how I'm going to go on from here because it was so good that I don't want to read another book. I don't know if you experience that, but I do. If a book is just like amazing and I just have to think about it forever, and then it kind of puts me in a reading slump a little bit. And then something that's sort of exacerbating that fact is that this book I'm considering DNFing at this point. It's just hard to follow. It's written very academic, with very academic language, and I was trying to read it a little bit before bed last night, and I was just not following. And I was like, what what are we saying? What are we talking about? So I don't know if I'm going to continue this. I want to push through and be a smart person and learn things. But I don't know, if I'm not actually gleaning anything from it, maybe it's not worth it. However, at this point, I don't know if I would have the time to finish another book. This fulfilled my voice challenge for the Nonfiction November readathon. There are 4 words, and so I finished design and sport, and then I have left to read True and Voice. So True was going to be the Madeleine L'Engle book that I showed you the other day, and then Voice was going to be this one. But if I don't use this for Voice, I don't know what I would use for Voice, and I only have a few more days to figure it out. So for that sake, I might try to read a little bit more, and then if it's just not working, we're gonna abandon all hope. So off I go into the universe on this beautiful sunny day. I will show you how pretty it is outside in a moment. But yeah, I don't know how much reading we'll get done. I do have a student, so I have some teaching to do tonight, some flute lessons. So yeah, we'll see if reading happens at all today, but I have hopes. It's only 10 a.m. so I have hopes that I can finish all these things, come home from lunch, sit down, hunker down, read a little bit. So I'll let you know how it goes. It is just beautiful out today. Enjoy the nice weather while you can, because tomorrow it's gonna rain. Who's so tough? Who's so tough? Hi. Well, I'm back. Errands took me barely any time, which was great. It was really, really easy. And I also picked up some sushi from Stater Brothers, which is our local grocery store. And apparently they make sushi now, so it looks really bomb too. Hopefully it is bomb. And I'm gonna watch episode 3 of The Crown. So, you know, just continuing the vacation mode. I'm sitting down again with this book. I'm gonna try it out. Think if we're not feeling it in chapter 2, we might just abandon ship on this one. So I'll let you know how I feel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have made my decision. After trying again, we are DNFing the Star-Spangled Banner. I can't get into it. It assumes that you know and remember a lot of American history, and then it doesn't explain those events. And I'm not the greatest historian. I'm having a hard time following this because they're like, oh, and you know the Battle of blah, 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 and then this guy, and I'm just like, no, I don't. Please remind me what happened in that, and it doesn't. It just kind of like flies through it. So we're giving up. I'm kind of sad about it. I had hoped this was going to be interesting, but it's not capturing my attention. It's slowing me down in my reading. And so here's my new plan. We continue on with this one. Okay, I haven't started it yet, so I'm going to start it now. And then also, I'm going to switch out Star-Spangled Banner for this one. It's called Everybody Lies, Big Data, New Data, and What the Internet Can Tell Us About Who We Really Are by Seth, Stephens-Davidowitz. And this book is also an audiobook on Scribd, so I will be able to fly through it a little faster. I was a little worried about not getting through anything in time, but I think it'll work. So for the challenges, this is now going to fulfill the voice challenge because the granddaughters of Madeleine L'Engle are giving her a voice. I don't know, I'm going with that. And then this one is going to be the true challenge, which makes a lot of sense because it's about uncovering the truth from data in the internet and truth versus lies. And so that works for that one. So that's my new plan. So I'm going to get cracking a little bit. And I'll let you know what I think about these new books. Time for an update. So I have gotten about halfway through Becoming Madeleine, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really fascinating because they include a lot of her journal entries in it, and they start from her very, very young life into her older age. And so I've only gotten about through Madeleine L'Engle's life through high school, and it's really interesting. She had definitely a few hardships very early in life, and it's cool to see the journal entries and how she deals with those hardships and her desire to become a writer at a really, really young age. And she really struggled in school as well. She had pretty poor grades, and she found it really hard to motivate herself to do anything that she wasn't really passionate about. So she was really mostly passionate about writing and reading, and relatable. So I'm about halfway through, and it's only taken me like an hour and a half to read that much. So I bet I could even maybe finish it today. So that's exciting. Would have one more goal down, but really liking this. It makes her fiction make a lot of sense in the ways she writes her protagonists and things like that, because I can definitely see her reflected in the character Meg in A Wrinkle in Time, for example. I can definitely see some of the characteristics that would be shared by author and protagonist. So that's really cool. I'm really liking this. This is neat. I think next I'm going to take these guys for a walk. It's starting to get dim and dreary outside. The clouds are starting to come in, and so I'm going to enjoy the nice weather while I can and let them take a walk. Although they don't look like they want to take a walk right now. They're just sleeping. They're going to sleep the day away, but I'm going to wake them up and make them get some exercise.
Got some good smells there. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. There we go.
Hi guys, I'm checking in again because I finished another book. And I know it looks like I stayed on the couch for this whole vlog, but I did do things today after I walked the dogs, and I went to yoga, which is why I'm in different clothes now. But I just wanted to let you know I finished Becoming Madeleine, and it was really nice. It was actually really inspiring in a way that I didn't expect, because Madeleine L'Engle just experienced a few hardships throughout her life. She had a really hard time getting published. There were a lot of discouragements between her and her husband, who was also a struggling artist. He was a struggling actor, and it took him a really long time to find stable work too. So between her writing kind of being up in the air sometimes, and then his career, they had a lot of uncertainty as they were raising their two kids. The real amazing part of this book is that there's tons of letters and photographs. Because it was written by her own granddaughters, they had access to a lot of these things, and that made it really interesting. Throughout the whole book, we follow her journal entries, and they give us little snippets of her journal entries, which was really fascinating to read, because you can tell from a young age she just has a really good grasp of writing, and very reflective, extremely reflective of a young person. So it was really cool to see that, and only people that were that close to her would have access to those kinds of documents. So that's what I think makes this book really worthwhile. Unfortunately, because it is intended for younger readers, there's a lot, I feel like, that gets glossed over that, you know, in actual biography intended for an adult, they may have been able to go into deeper. And so that's the only drawback of this book. But it's perfect for, like, as a kid who's reading A Wrinkle in Time and wants to know about the author, and maybe for a kid who's an aspiring author too, to see her journey and her struggles. They spend a lot more time with Madeleine as a younger person for those reasons. And then the book ends with Wrinkle in Time getting published. So I wish it was a little bit more complete and we saw her thought process through her later works as well. But that's okay. I think the intention of this book is to give you a snippet of what her life was like as a young person and as a struggling writer and dealing with the discouragements of life. So yeah, I liked this very much. I don't know why the animals are just like all piling up at once. But yeah, this was great. Very moving. There's some good quotes in here. Yes, love it. Loved it very much. I'll give it 4 stars though, because I do wish it was a little more complete. And that's probably the last time I'll check in for today. So I'm almost done with the Nonfiction November goals. And the next, I haven't started this one yet, but I intend to tomorrow. So between the audiobook and then hopefully having some time to sit down and read it, maybe I'll even finish this tomorrow. Probably not though, probably take me a little longer than that. I'm really enjoying my staycation, my house. I have gone places. Just doesn't look like it. I have not sat on my couch this whole time, but most of the time. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and today the bad weather is starting to roll in. You probably can't see, but it's extremely cloudy and grim outside. It's really windy and the clouds are rolling in, and so I think I'm gonna have a cozy stay-in day, and I'm really excited about it. I have started Everybody Lies, and I am about 30 pages in, and I did actually listen to the audiobook while I was doing some dishes this morning, and I think it's gonna be really interesting. There's something about the tone of the author that's a little bit know-it-all. I don't know if that's the right word. There's something about the tone of the author that I'm not loving, but I think the topic is really interesting. So this book is about Google searches and the ways in which Google searches reveal a lot more than some other traditional data and surveys and polls have revealed, because people are honest in their search engines. So for example, they took a poll about how the percentage of married people and unmarried people that used condoms, and the men and the women both had very different data, and it should really be the same if they're actually being truthful, right? But the men and the women had different data, and then from internet searches and like purchasing history and things like that, we can see a more accurate view because people are honest on the internet rather than when they're actually directly asked about something. So I find that premise really interesting. And he, I guess, worked at Google for a time. I think Google hired him to analyze data, and he's a Harvard-trained economist. So this book reads a lot like a popular economy book, kind of, but it's about internet data. So I think it's going to be an interesting read. I think, though, I have just a little bit of work to do. I want to work on my professional website a little bit. I'm I am a professional flutist. I do get paid to play the flute in different places, but I'm trying to expand that a little bit more. And I had a website, but it went defunct, and I was trying to decide what to do with it. So I think I'm going to renew it today, and then practice flute a little bit, do some music things, because I have not been doing really any music things over the break. So it's a great day to just stay in and accomplish all the things that I want to do. I might arrange some music today, practice my instruments. I'm also trying to learn the violin. I'm not going to show you that because I don't sound good on the violin. And yeah, I'm just going to do whatever my heart desires basically today. And that is my dream vacation right there. And since tomorrow is going to be full of family and things, I figured today is the day to do that. So yeah, I'll bring you along for some of it, probably. And then I'll continue to read this when I can, in between things. Well, this ended up taking way longer than I planned. It's 1 o'clock. This took me like 2 hours at least, but I finally updated and made my website, my professional music website. So I don't know. I feel like there's something off about it. Something that I don't like. I don't know, than like the layout or something, but I don't know. I'm really annoyed because when my website expired, it just like deleted everything. So I had to restart completely from the beginning. So I don't know. You can check it out if you want to. It's victoriabata.com. So yeah. If you need a flutist in Southern California, hit me up. Although I'm sure not a lot of you would. But I've also got some YouTube stuff up so you can see how I play, how I sound. So yeah, I don't know. It's a work in progress. I don't know if I like it yet. Just got so cozy and I was reading and now I have to teach, but you can see on a cold, rainy day like this was exactly what we needed, huh, Dusty? So I got about 113 pages into this book. So it's interesting. Overall, there's not a lot of information in this book so far that I don't already know. It's kind of like things that you probably are aware of. There's some interesting things though about how we predict outcomes now based on internet data and how we can predict them. This book was written in 2017, so it's still fairly recent, but I do feel like there's some things that I'm like, yeah, we know that. I don't know. It's not bad. I don't think it's going to be an amazing book, just predicting that right now from the data. Haha, see what I did there? Maybe a 3-star book or so. But I have a long way to go in it, so we'll see how it fares. I do need to peel myself off of this couch, much to the dismay of the animals, because I have to teach in like 20 minutes. I have a student coming over, so I get my life together. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna eat a lot of food. I might vlog. I haven't decided if I'm gonna end this vlog here or if I'm gonna vlog a little bit into Thanksgiving, because I do want Friday free so that I can edit the vlog and post the vlog. So I might bring you along for Thanksgiving just a little bit. Good morning. It is Thursday, Thanksgiving. And so today we have an eating strategy. We are going to make a hearty breakfast, and then we're going over to my stepsister's house for Thanksgiving, and we're going around like 4 o'clock, so we're gonna have like an early dinner, but we're gonna make a hearty breakfast, not eat lunch, and then be plenty hungry for dinner. But I thought I would show you what breakfast will be today. So we're gonna make some Pillsbury Doughboy cinnamon rolls, which I've actually never done before, so see how it goes. But it should be pretty easy. It's like foolproof baking. And then I'm gonna make some eggs with cheese, and that's our Thanksgiving breakfast. So, oh, and I'm also making mimosas. So, you know, it can't be Thanksgiving breakfast without mimosas. Oh yeah, looking mighty fine. Breakfast is ready.
Maybe a bit of undigested beef, a blob of mustard, a crumb of cheese. Yes, there's more of gravy than a brain about you.
More of gravy than a brain? What a terrible pun. Where do you get those jokes? Leave gravy to the bears, Ebony.
We are on our way to Thanksgiving. It's about an hour drive away. Whoa. I don't know if you saw that. That was exciting. It's pouring rain. It hasn't stopped all day. But we've got our Thanksgiving salad to bring, and I've got my book to read for the drive. I've got my husband driving. Hey Julio, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Carnitas.
Carnitas.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have carnitas at my white family's house.
I know. So sad.
What's the whitest food that you like at Thanksgiving?
Ham and gravy.
Whoa, that person was just crazy. Ham and gravy? That's an odd combination. You don't usually put those together.
I don't know. I grew up Mexican, so don't know how this works.
Lou doesn't know how Thanksgiving works.
Hi all. So it is Friday, and I didn't vlog at all at Thanksgiving dinner last night because I just kind of forgot. But today we're going to my husband's family for a second Thanksgiving, and I decided I think I'm gonna have to end the vlog here because I need time to edit this vlog and post the footage, hopefully maybe tomorrow or on Sunday. But just in summary, I read 2.5 books since we have spoken. I finished Becoming Madeleine, which was fantastic, and I rated it 4 stars. Just took off a star because it was a little short. And I also read half of Everybody Lies. I'm still about only halfway through, so I will probably read a little more on my drive out to my husband's parents' house today. And then I also finished Unbroken, which was fantastic, 5 stars. I want to put that book into everyone's hands because it was so good. I think everyone should read it. It was fantastic. And so I want to say thank you for joining me on this Nonfiction November Thanksgiving vacation vlog. I'm not sure what to call it, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Keep reading great books, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.